Hello everyone, Jake here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if you're new, and we are here with our second series of FM22. It's the first episode. We did absolute wonders with Newcastle in the last series, and now we're heading to the Bundesliga, to Germany, to take over a very historic club and hopefully take them to a Champions League title, and that is Wolfsburg. So that being said, what are we waiting for? Let's get right into it. Hello everyone, Jake here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if you are new, and as I mentioned in the intro there, we are here with our second series of FM22 and we are managing Wolfsburg. Now, just a few pointers before we get into this episode and what it's going to be about. If you like the one-off rebuild videos on the channel, or if you like the series style things like we did with Newcastle, the one-off being the kind of video we did with Ajax, they'll be both on the channel. We're going to have this Wolfsburg save going over the next month or 2 months or whatever it might be until we eventually win the Champions League, which will be our goal. But at the same time, I will be doing the odd one-off rebuild video like the Ajax one because a lot of you guys seem to enjoy it and it does bring a new audience to the channel and hopefully therefore to this series as well. So here we go. I'm very excited for this. We're managing Wolfsburg despite the fact that I'm wearing a Dortmund top. I didn't have a Wolfsburg shirt. This was the only Bundesliga top I had, so I've had to go for this one. So apologies in advance if we've got any Wolfsburg fans watching. But I'm very excited to try and take this club to Champions League glory. They've never done it before. They won the Bundesliga back in 2009, but since then there's not been too much success in the league. There was a cup win in 2015, but really this club has got a much higher ceiling than that in my opinion. And I think we can do a great job of trying to take this club to the Champions League, which will be eventually where this series will end, however long it takes. That's what we're going to aim for, to win the Champions League, hopefully. At the same time, we can topple Bayern Munich's dominance of the league. But before we get into this episode, it's probably going to be a shorter one than some of the others because it's not going to feature a match. But before we get into it, as this is episode 1 and the one that most people are going to watch, I'd just like to ask you guys if you could do me a massive favour and hit the like button. That will mean so much because it just helps push these videos out to as many people as possible, and the more we can get on board with episode 1, the better this series will go. Feel free to drop a comment just to help the algorithm or to let me know that you're excited for the series. If you just want to help out for the algorithm, feel free to type Arnold in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell. You can change your mind at any point, but it will mean a lot. And finally, for the last few plugs that we've got for this first episode, if you want to get involved in helping the channel out financially, then you can click on the join button next to the subscribe button. Don't worry, you don't join straight away, but there will be a little video with me explaining what it can help me do with the channel and also some cool perks that you guys will get for supporting the channel in that way. And the last one, if you want to join a Discord of fellow FM players, you can find that linked in the description down below. Over 200 members now, great community of people who help each other out with signings, save ideas, tactic ideas, whatever it might be, anything Football Manager. Them guys love talking about it and helping people out. There we go. Job done, I think. I think I've read off everything that I've got on my little tick sheet that I have to do at the start of a series. I'm very excited to try and take this team to the top. As you can see, it's been a bit of a topsy-turvy couple of years for Wolfsburg, but they have made it back to the Bundesliga, where they've been finishing in pretty decent positions, including a Champions League finish last season, which has meant that this season we're going to have Champions League football straight away, which will hopefully be something we can keep hold of throughout the series. In this episode right now, we're not going to play a match, we're not going to do the transfers. That will be episode 2, transfers and first match, the one that you guys will love. But right now we're just going to have a look around the club, see what we're going to do with them, where we might aim to be, look at the squad, the tactic we might play, all that good stuff, and maybe some areas to improve upon too. But Wolfsburg as a club, as you can tell before, have had some history in terms of competition wins, but they can definitely have more. They've got a 30,000 capacity stadium. Facilities wise, they've got adequate and average youth and academy coaching. I need to improve that. I think that's going to be one of the first things that I aim to improve because we do have excellent youth facilities. So if we can get these up, then we could get some great youth players coming through, and German youngsters seem to be very good in Football Manager, and I'm sure they'll help us out a lot. We've got great training facilities, which is also brilliant. And financially, does it mention that on here, or do I have to go to the finances section? There we go, finances section. We've got £56 million in the bank, which is great. In terms of debts, we've got nothing, which is awesome. A little bit of transfer debt, but that's fine. And we have £8 million to spend this transfer window. Next season, guaranteed 33 million. So we've got plenty of money. We're not going to be strapped for cash or anything like that. Not to Newcastle levels, mind you, but we've got some good stuff going for us there. And I think with that being said, we know the facilities, we know the finances. Dev Centre, is there anyone cool hanging about there? Okay, this guy might be interesting. Anselmo Garcia Sorry, it just made me laugh. You've got an Irish guy called McNulty in Wolfsburg's under-19s. I don't know where he came from. This guy's had a career. He's an Irishman who started his career at Real Betis in 2018 and has then gone through the Wolfsburg ranks. He looks very, very good for an 18-year-old. I don't know whether he's got like wonder kid, super high potential, but a left-footed centre-back with great physicals, great mentals, great technicals. I think this guy is coming into our first team, brings the ball out of the defence. McNulty could be like our new hero at the back here. I really like the look of this guy. Okay, it was a good job that I did check in that dev centre. We've got Felix Nometra. I've heard of him before. Where's he at? He's at Man City. But yeah, dev centre looking fairly strong, but nothing too stand out. But realistically, I think we've got a pretty decent squad. I have had a little look around already at who we've got. If we sort by position, I'm a big fan of some of these players. I mean, goalkeeper, our main one is Casteels, who is fine. He's a decent goalie for this standard, 29 years old, so we'll keep him for a season or two and then probably look to move him on. Defence is where I'm most excited for because I genuinely believe they've already got two defenders who you could win a Champions League with. The first one is Maxence Lacroix. I think it's Lacroix, maybe Lacroix. Do let me know if anyone knows how to pronounce it in the comments, but a physically stupendous centre-back, 6'3", really great traits. He's a ball player as well, really good mentals and plenty of potential still to grow. The Frenchman, for £4 million, what a steal that was for Wolfsburg. I think he's going to be a mainstay in our team. Does he have captain potential? Probably not with that leadership, but I think he's a very good player. And they have partnered him at the back for their Champions League season with Sebastian Bernal, who has had 2 appearances for the Belgian national team at 22, is an absolute monster in the air with amazing jumping reach, strength and heading, as well as being a very good centre-back outside of that. He's going to be our aerial threat, and I think them two at the back, as a centre-back pairing with the likes of McNulty coming through, we might be sorted at the back already. A great signing for £11 million there by the Wolfsburg team, who have already done the majority of their business. That's why our transfer budget is fairly low. Outside of that, you've got club legend John Brooks, who is, I believe, the captain of the club. If not captain, he's like vice captain or something like that. He's a 28-year-old American who's been around the club for years now. I say club legend, he probably isn't really, but he's the one that, when I think of Wolfsburg centre-backs over the last couple of years, he's the one that comes to mind. Does have interest in him though, so maybe we'll move him on, I don't know. But John Brooks is another option at the back. A very, very strong defence. I mean, Mbabu as a backup right back it's great. I mean, I say backup because you're about to see the person I consider our main right back who could potentially play midfield, and that is Ridele Baku, 1 cap for the German national team, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential with great physicals, mentals and technicals going forward. £9 million for Wolfsburg is just a great signing. I think he's going to be top draw for us. Then we move into the midfield. There's a few other nice players sprinkled around who I'm sure we'll get to know, but I'm not going to go into every single player because with the transfer window coming up, we're probably going to sell a few on. But Gilavogi is a good player who I think we'll see a bit of in our team, although getting on in age. This is someone I was really excited to use when I started getting ready to record this video. Then I checked and saw he's out for 9 months. It's Xavier Shaigler, a 23-year-old Austrian who is going to be the perfect player in the midfield for us. And you'll look at our tactic later, and I think he would have really suited our tactic because what I'm looking to do at this club, I think he'd be great at. Either-footed, plenty of potential still, amazing mentally. He is top draw, hopefully when he comes back from injury. We've then got youngster Asta Vranks, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's only recently joined Wolfsburg from Malekken, where I think he was actually a wonder kid last year in Football Manager as well. Only 6 foot, fairly defensive, quite a good tackler. We'll see what we can do with him, but I think he'll be a big part of our team for a long time to come. Arnold, and don't worry, I won't go through every player, but Arnold is a very good midfielder and one of their talismen here at Wolfsburg. And then we get up to the forward line of the pitch where there's less to shout home about and probably where we'll be looking to improve the most. But their best attacking player by the looks of it is Weghorst, who is a 28-year-old Dutchman, 10 appearances for the Dutch national team, 2 goals. He's a big man up front. Not usually the kind of striker that I'd use, but he's been scoring goals for fun for Wolfsburg over the last few years. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun with him. And then we've got Lucas Nometra as well, who... Is that the brother? Is that the brother of the guy that we just looked in the dev centre? It might just be. He's been out on loan with Anderlecht and done very well. Now he's been bought in for £11 million to Wolfsburg. We won't be able to send him off. He's likely going to be a striker that we'll have to use in our system. And you know what? I'm not complaining about it because he does look very good physically, quick and strong, good technically too, with decent mentals. We have got a nice squad to build off here, although I did skip out like 3/4 of the squad who, by the looks of it, I might consider selling. No one's really off the table right now other than the 2 centre-backs we looked at, in my opinion, and Baku. They're the ones I'd refuse to sell. Anyone else, a good enough offer, and we'll see what happens. We're not going to get too attached to anyone just yet, but the tactic that I'm looking to play at the club, I think, will be quite an interesting one. So I'll guide you through it. Basically, Lazio, we did 5 at the back. And then outside of that, I've done a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress in the series, and we did the 4-3-3 gegenpress with Newcastle. This time I'm going for a vertical tiki-taka, and I'm going to go for the 4-4-2 diamond narrow formation. So I don't usually use narrow formations, but I think this could be really fun to do. With the players we've got, a pretty stacked midfield. If I quick pick the best 11 without any issue, hold on, pick best 11, there we go. I think it's a pretty good team. Backline is looking very, very strong. Midfield also looking very good. Philip, I don't know who you are, you're my attacking midfielder apparently. That's not a bad player. I haven't really heard about him, but he's not a bad player by any shape or form. And then forward, maybe I'll adjust these roles. Maybe I'm not too keen on a false 9 and a complete forward. I might be more of a advanced forward and deep line forward, maybe to knock it on support. Pretty similar, other than a deep line forward really and the false 9. There's a fairly big difference in that, but I like the idea of playing the ball around, hitting it up to this guy who then tries to feed in our advanced forward. That might be what we try. There's going to be a little bit of tweaking around to do and see what we can do with a team, but I think I'm not going to drag out this first episode too long. I'll try and get the second episode out as soon as possible, but you've seen the tactic we're going to play, you've seen the club we're managing, you've got the idea of what we're trying to do, which if you didn't get it, we're going to try and win the Champions League with Wolfsburg in as short a time as possible. As soon as we win it, series done, but who knows how long it's going to take. 5 seasons, 10 seasons, 2 seasons. Newcastle took 2. We did very well there, but we did also spend about £500 million over the course of 2 years, so that was maybe a little bit easier. But I think this could be great fun. I'm very excited to see what we could do with Wolfsburg. Let me know if you think we should keep anyone, sell anyone, tactically, if we should switch anything, any of the roles, any of the positions. Let me know, I'm all ears, but hopefully you guys will enjoy this series and will stick around to check out episode 2. I know episode 1 isn't usually the one that you're all like, whoa, amazing, crazy for, because you like to see the transfers, you like to see the game, and we will get into that, but this is just an intro episode to get you guys excited for what's to come. So please do like the video and stick around for episode 2 on the channel. Thank you guys for all your amazing support on the Newcastle series, on the Ajax rebuild, and hopefully this one will do just as well, and we'll keep FM22 content going strong and doing great on the channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon for episode 2. I think I'm going to spend a little bit of money.